Good to be here in Ireland. I'm Dennison, Senior Director of Winemaking at Gallo, and I would say 20 years plus in the wine industry, making wines from Mendocino County all the way down through San Diego and Temecula. I've had the opportunity to craft wines throughout the state of California, and now enjoying a wonderful time with Gallo in this position.
Nicole Hitchcock. I'm a senior winemaker for Gallo Winery. I've worked for Gallo for about 8 years. Worked very closely with Cal on a range of wines, but focused primarily on the turning leaf line of wines. I've worked at vineyards and wineries around the world, Italy, Australia, wineries in California as well. Our Barefoot range of wines, which I believe is just about to be launched here in Ireland, it kind of suits the purpose of what you just mentioned. It's a bit more introductory. They're really fun, approachable, really fruit forward wines that can be enjoyed by themselves, bring to a friend's house for a dinner party, but really meant to introduce people to the wine category and get them involved and get them interested both in Barefoot and then in terms of trading over to other wines as well.
It's fresh, and it definitely helps with the novice wine drinker, the wine drinker just coming into enjoying wine. What we found also in the States is that the wine drinker who's an enthusiast is really finding the wines quite fresh, refreshing, and approachable. So if they are out, they may order a fancier or a more expensive bottle of wine, but during the weekday, they're bringing home Barefoot and really enjoying that wine at home. Okay. So very much true for somebody who's just wanting to become introduced to wine. Barefoot's the perfect wine, and then those who really enjoy a great glass of wine, a refreshing glass of wine, Barefoot's also there for them.
Okay.
We've done a tremendous amount of investment in the winery to, shall we say, improve the quality of the wine, bring to the bottle a new style of wine. You'll find very nice fruit flavors, the Cabernet with some black currant flavor, a little chocolatey flavor from our oak influence, our oak regime. You'll find in our Chardonnay some nice tropical fresh fruit flavors. So really nice quality wine in the bottle.
I think Cal and I will both agree one of the great things about being winemakers for Gallo is the fact that the company is always wanting to reinvest back into the winery and into constantly improving the process, the equipment, everything involved in making the wine. So that's really huge in the first case. Some of the changes we've made and some of the investments we've made are in the vineyards. So we've been really diligent about spending more and more time in the vineyards. Cal and I work with a great team of viticulturalists who are doing studies and constantly in the vineyards. During harvest, we're visiting each of the blocks virtually every day to taste and assess when is the perfect time to pick, because it's so important. Sometimes the window is very small in order to get that perfect amount of ripeness. So we've put a huge focus on that. In the winery, we've invested in a lot of our equipment, so in a lot of our solids management equipment, juice clarification equipment. So when the whites come in, for example, the Chardonnay gets the grapes get gently pressed. We get a tank of juice. The juice has a lot of the grape solids, a lot of the grape pulp in it. You've got to remove that prior to fermentation if you want to have a nice, clean, fruit-forward wine. So we've purchased and invested in equipment that allows us to do it much more quickly, which ultimately gives you a really beautiful fruit-forward wine and rewards you for all of the work that you've done in the vineyards. So that's been a big deal. We've also invested heavily in our red fermentation equipment. So we're able to, our pump over regimes have been optimized. We're able to deliver the right amount of oxygen to fermentation tanks. So, again, what this helps do is just overall cleaner ferments and cleaner wines overall. So that's impacted the Gallo Family Vineyards line of wines, definitely the Turning Leaf line of wines as well. And with some of the new vintages we have coming out, particularly 2008, you definitely see the difference from the wines of the past to the wines of the present. So what we're trying to do is better understand the physiological grape maturity cycle and be able to hone in on certain key metrics as related to the maturation of grapes and the overall vines during the growing season, and then be able to link that back to our sensory perceptions.
Sure.
So we're doing a lot of work there that helps us really hone in on the right, getting the right pick date. It also helps us decide which viticultural techniques we're going to use, and it's just really kind of another data point in our toolbox to be able to make the best decisions possible.
There is a continuing investment into the winery, into the business, and that investment is assuring that the fourth generation and the fifth generation will have a great winery to work with and make great wines well into the future. So every year there is a reinvestment into the winery, and that can be in our structures such as in our bottling equipment, in our winemaking equipment, in our facilities. And so what we're always doing is continuously improving our winemaking processes, our winemaking equipment, and also investing in our team of winemakers. So we have constant learning going on, education, experiences, and that way we can be very, very good at producing fantastic wines, and then also have a very nice winery to enjoy well into the future.